that again. It's a rich thing.
Mind-blowing and interesting facts on Russia. Discover the mesmerizing wonders of Russia through a whirlwind of fascinating facts as we unveil the good, the weird, and the downright wacky about this enigmatic nation. Did you know that Russia is not only the largest country on Earth, but also boasts the longest border, stretching over 35,910 miles, and rubbing elbows with 14 other nations? From the depths of Lake Baikal, the oldest lake on the planet, to the chilling village of Oymyakon, where temperatures plummet to -58 degrees Fahrenheit. Russia is a land of extremes. With its iconic matryoshka dolls, explosive volcanoes, and vodka-loving populace, Russia's rich tapestry of culture and geography beckons explorers to delve deeper into its enigmatic allure. A whopping 49.4% of Russia's land is covered in forests. Wrap your head around that. It's like a giant green carpet covering nearly half the country. Where did Russia come from? Russia's name actually comes from the Vikings. Yep, Rus was a Viking tribe, basically making Russia the OG Viking land. Get this, over 100 languages are spoken in Russia, reflecting its rich cultural diversity. Did you know that banyas are traditional Russian saunas where people beat each other with birch branches? Relaxation, Russian style. Russia launched the first ever satellite, Sputnik, in 1957. Yuri Gagarin wasn't far behind, becoming the first human in space. Forget queuing for public transport. Russia has something called tolkachevnya, basically a chaotic free-for-all when people rush for something. Sounds interesting. So, what other hidden treasures lie within the vast expanse of Mother Russia? Let's get started as we count down from number 15 to number 1. Number 15. Russia's boundary brilliance. Hold on to your hats because here's another mind-blowing fact about Russia. It's not just the biggest, it's got the longest border too. Picture this, a whopping 35,910 miles. That's a staggering 57,792 kilometers. Shared with not one, not two, but 14 other countries. Talk about rubbing elbows with the neighbors. Yep, Russia sure knows how to stretch its legs when it comes to borders. Western European neighbors are Norway, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and Belarus. Southern European neighbor is Ukraine. Southern Asian neighbors are Georgia and Azerbaijan. Eastern Asian neighbors are Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, and North Korea. Number 14. The gigantic giant. Ever wondered just how massive Russia is? Brace yourself. Covering a jaw-dropping 6,601,665 square miles. That's a whopping 17,098,242 square kilometers. Russia takes the crown as the largest country on the planet. Let that sink in. It's a whopping 70% bigger than Canada, the runner-up, and more than twice the size of the United States, which comes in third. Yep, you read that right. Russia is so immense that it puts all other countries to shame in terms of sheer size. Before we move to number 13, if you are enjoying the video, please subscribe to our channel and share the video. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Number 13. Russia's population peculiarity. Russia ranks as the 9th most populated country on the planet, boasting a whopping 146 million residents. But wait for it, despite its colossal size, Russia's population density is shockingly low. Picture this, just 23 people per square mile, or 9 per square kilometer, making it one of the least densely populated countries out there. So, while Russia might have a staggering number of inhabitants, they're spread out over its vast expanse like stars in the sky. Talk about living in a land of elbow room. Number 12. The mighty ruble. The Russian ruble. Believe it or not, this currency has been kicking it since the 13th century, making it one of the oldest still in circulation today. And guess what? The only other currency that can rival its age is the British pound. Talk about ancient money. But where did the ruble get its name, you ask? Well, legend has it that it comes from the Russian verb rubit, which means to chop. So, next time you're handling rubles, remember that you're dealing with a currency that's been around since medieval times. Now that's some serious coin cred. Number 11. Doll discovery. Check this out. Those iconic Russian nesting dolls we all know and love as matryoshka dolls. Well, they made their grand debut back in 1890, thanks to Vasily Zvozdochkin and Sergei Malyutin, who whipped up the very first set. Get this. They were working on the estate of Sava Mamontov at the time. Fast forward to 1900, Mamontov's wife decided to show off these dolls at the World's Fair in Paris. And guess what? They snagged a shiny bronze medal. That win catapulted Matryoshka doll production in Russia and spread their fame far and wide across the globe. Talk about dolls making waves. Number 10. The Alaskan Adventure. Get this, way back in 1725, Russia started shipping settlers to Alaska. Fast forward to 1859, when Russia, strapped for cash, offered to sell off its Alaskan turf to the US for a cool $7.2 million, which would be about $125 million today. Why the sudden sale? Well, Russia had its eyes on weakening its arch-nemesis, Great Britain, by giving America a boost. But hold on to your hats. America's Civil War put the deal on ice for a bit. However, on May 28, 1867, reps from both sides inked the agreement, and by October 18th of the same year, Russia handed over the keys to Alaska, making it America's newest slice of land. Now that's what I call a historical handoff. Number 9. Marvelous musings where cats protect treasures. Tetris was born, and billionaires roam the Hermitage, Russia's top museum, boasts a unique security team of about 70 feline guards, ensuring artifacts stay safe from pesky rodents. Picture this. If you spend just 2 minutes at each exhibit, it will take a whopping 6 years to see everything. Ever heard of Tetris? Yep. It sprung from the mind of Russian programmer Alexei Pajitnov. Speaking of riches, Moscow has more billionaires per capita than anywhere else on the planet. Need a snack break? Head to the world's largest McDonald's in Russia, where 700 seats await. But if you're up for some real adventure, try helicopter golf, a wild sport where players guide a giant ball through snowy terrain using hefty sticks while flying helicopters. Number 8. Russia's epic Trans-Siberian trek. The Trans-Siberian Railway links Russia's bustling capital, Moscow, in the west with the far-flung eastern city of Vladivostok. Talk about a marathon journey, spanning a whopping 5,772 miles. That's 9,289 kilometers. This epic railway adventure crosses a mind-boggling 8 different time zones. And here's the kicker. The Russian government gave the green light for this colossal project on March 9, 1891, and just over a decade later, on June 21, 1904, construction reached the finish line. So, next time you hop aboard the Trans-Siberian Railway, remember, you're not just taking a trip. You're embarking on an incredible odyssey through time and space, spanning the vast expanse of Mother Russia. Number 7. Lake Baikal's aquatic wonderland. Get ready to dive into the wonders of Lake Baikal, recognized by UNESCO as the deepest lake on the planet, plunging a jaw-dropping 5,577 feet, that's 1,700 meters, into the depths. But wait, there's more. This iconic lake isn't just deep, it's also vast, covering a whopping 12,162 square miles, that's 31,500 square kilometers, and holding a staggering 20% of the world's unfrozen freshwater reserve. Located in southeastern Siberia, Lake Baikal isn't just any old lake, it's the oldest one on Earth, clocking in at a whopping 25 million years old. And if that doesn't blow your mind, wait till you hear about its incredibly diverse and unique freshwater fauna. Yep, Lake Baikal isn't just a lake, it's a mesmerizing aquatic wonderland like no other. Number 6. Oymyakon's Ice Kingdom. Prepare to be chilled to the bone by this frosty fact. Nestled within Russia's Sakha Republic lies the village of Oymyakon, crowned as the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. Brace yourself for some seriously frigid temperatures, with winter averages plunging to a bone-numbing minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit. And hold on to your mittens. The lowest temperature ever recorded? There was a mind-boggling minus 96.2 Fahrenheit. Yep, you read that right. It's so cold in Oymyakon that you might just find yourself turning into an icicle. Number 5. Russia's epic ecosystems and animals. Russia, being as huge as it is a hotspot for all sorts of ecosystems and critters. From sprawling forests to vast steppes and icy tundras, this country's got it all, providing homes for rare creatures like Asiatic black bears, snow leopards, polar bears, and adorable pikas, which are like tiny rabbit-like mammals. But here's the kicker. While Russia's been setting up national parks since way back in the 19th century, pesky pollution has been wreaking havoc on its wild spaces. To combat this, they've established strict nature reserves called zapovedniks to safeguard and restore the country's natural beauty. And let's not forget the star of the show, the Siberian tiger, the biggest cat on the block. These endangered giants call the forests of eastern Russia home, growing over 3 meters long and tipping the scales at a whopping 300 kilograms. Now that's what I call one heck of a big cat. There are more bears in Russia than there are people in Australia. Just something to keep in mind if you're ever hiking in Siberia. Bears have been spotted wandering around major cities, including Moscow. Just a casual stroll, no big deal. Number 4. Russia's explosive surprise. Prepare for a volcanic revelation. While Russia may bring to mind icy winters and bustling cities, guess what? It's also a hotspot for volcanoes. Yep, you heard that right. A whopping 77 volcanoes call Russia home, and a staggering 61 of them are active. And here's a blast from the past. The last major eruption went down in 1872, when the volcano Sinarka decided to blow its top on New Year's Day. Talk about kicking off the year with a bang. It was Russia's most devastating volcanic eruption on record, causing loss of life, destruction of homes, and major economic chaos. Who knew Russia had such fiery surprises up its sleeve? Number 3. Vodka Nation. And what's in a name? Well, vodka comes from voda, meaning water in Russian. Here's a shot of truth. While it might sound like a stereotype, it's actually true. The average Russian knocks back a staggering 17.28 shots of vodka every month. Yep, you read that right. That's a whole lot of alcohol. And get this, in the world of vodka, Russia takes the top spot by a long shot. Poland, the next highest vodka-consuming country, sips a comparatively modest 13.71 shots per month. So when it comes to raising a glass, nobody does it quite like the Russians. They're the true vodka champions of the world. Number 2. Yuri Gagarin's Soviet space sojourn. Get this. Born in the Soviet Union, which paved the way for today's Russia, Yuri Gagarin was a true space trailblazer. Picture this. The Soviet Union catapulted Yuri into the history books by sending him on the first ever crewed space mission. The first human into space. His trusty spacecraft, Vostok 1, zoomed around Earth for a mind-blowing 108 minutes, cruising at a mind-boggling speed of about 17,000 miles per hour. That's 27,400 kilometers per hour. Yep, Gagarin wasn't just a Soviet sensation. He was a cosmic pioneer, blazing a trail through the stars and etching his name in the annals of space history. Number 1. Freedom of speech and James Bond-worthy elections. In Russia, freedom of speech and the press are often restricted. President Putin's administration has been known to impose significant limitations on media and political opposition. Independent journalists and opposition leaders frequently face harassment, legal challenges, and even imprisonment. This controlled environment has led to a climate where self-censorship is common, and dissenting voices are often silenced. The lack of media freedom and political plurality has raised concerns among international human rights organizations, emphasizing the need for greater transparency and democratic reforms. Russian elections are notorious for their intrigue and drama, featuring candidates with names and platforms as interesting as a James Bond plot. From unexpected disqualifications to surprise candidates, the election process in Russia can be as thrilling as a spy novel, keeping both the public and political analysts on their toes. Strained relations with the West have led to Russia's isolation on the global stage, limiting its economic and political influence. Western sanctions, primarily due to geopolitical actions like the annexation of Crimea and involvement in Ukraine, have led to economic stagnation, restricted access to international markets, and reduced foreign investment. That brings us to the end of the video. Russia's landscape and culture are intriguing and vast, as diverse as they are captivating. Which of these facts blew your mind? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to subscribe, share it with friends, hit the like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you.